Man, you know all those YouTubers that have to cut at every phrase? We here at Ian Speaks are above that kind of garbage. We prefer to major in excellence. Welcome to Ian Speaks. My name's Ian, and I'll be your host for today. There's a word that's getting tossed around a lot these days. Bipartisanship. Unless you've been living under a rock, and if you have, please let me know where. I might be interested in subletting. But yeah, anyway, you're probably sick of this term by now. What it used to mean was both sides of the aisle working together for a common good. Nowadays, it just kind of means that Republicans need to be more like Democrats. But, that's a whole nother video. It is this kind of thinking, two sides working together, that you never hear expressed in the church these days. I'm a preacher's kid, so I've been around the church for a long time. Almost 29 years, in fact. I know. I'm old. I've seen how Baptists, Charismatics, Methodists, and especially Presbyterians operate. And it usually ain't pretty. Seems like most people spend more time bashing their supposed opposition than seeking compromise on the minor issues. Which is rather ironic because I can't find a single verse where Jesus says, be sure to surround yourself with people who agree with you. In fact, the number of verses that say just the opposite are way too many to say here. I can't read the whole Bible in one video. I would lose all 10 of my viewers. So here are some of my favorites. John 13, 34, and 35, Jesus is saying, a new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. Romans 12, 9 and 10, let love be genuine, abhor what is evil, hold fast to what is good. Love one another with brotherly affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Romans 13:8. Owe no one anything except to love each other, for the one who loves another has fulfilled the law. 2 verses later it says, love does no wrong to a neighbor, therefore love is the fulfilling of the law. Galatians 5:13. For you were called to freedom, brothers, only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 1. I therefore, a prisoner for the Lord, urge you all to walk in a manner worthy of the calling to which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Later in that chapter, Paul admonishes us to not grieve the Holy Spirit. This is said smack dab in the middle of a chapter on how to treat each other, which means that treating each other like dirt is a grievance to the Spirit himself and therefore God. It should be very plain to all of us that we're severely lacking in this area. I have become particularly cynical as of late, and it has become rather difficult to love people as Christ did. I would rather ignore or push away anyone who injures or betrays me than show them the love of Christ in return. God understands that we will have conflict. He didn't make us to be robots programmed to do everything the same way. And I suck at doing the robot, just to let you know. Part of the awesome beauty of God's creation is the magnificent variety in it. You are not me and I'm not you. You should probably be glad about that. You don't have anything near my personality and vice versa. Which is why we have to be understanding and loving to those around us. Chiefly because God told us to. And also because that's the only way we could ever get along and have peace. The amount of schisms in the church is just simply unacceptable. We've all seen the people that would rather destroy a relationship or even a whole congregation than reconcile and love their neighbor because they refuse to budge on a minor matter or bit of theology. I've seen this from hyper-conservatives who would rather stand and judge from afar people they don't know based on their appearance or musical tastes than even try to reach out in love. I've seen this from so-called Reformed theologians who would rather see divisions in the Presbyterian denomination than allow someone else a differing opinion on a minor piece of doctrine that oftentimes isn't even explicitly stated in the Bible. I've seen this refusal to love from liberals who will spout lofty proclamations of love and acceptance, but will spew vitriolic accusations at anyone who doesn't think like them. It's time to wake up, people. It's time for all of us to take up our cross and follow Christ. And we cannot let our petty differences get between us and our relationships with our neighbors and our fellow Christians. It's actually pretty easy. If it's not explicitly stated in the Bible, then chances are pretty good that it's a minor issue. Remember that Jesus said, people will know we are His if we love each other. And we're not doing a very good job of that right now. So let's love each other as Christ did, accepting of all our little quirks and eccentricities. Let's major on the majors and minor on the minors. Until we do, we're never going to get anywhere in this culture. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and tell us in the comments what you think about the current issues facing the church. And please remember to keep it calm and clean. Soli Deo Gloria. This is Ian, signing off. Fly. What the heck? Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity I would rather ignore or push away anyone who blah 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 because they refuse to budge on a minor matter or I just can't read. Who will spout lofty proclamations of love and acceptance, but will spew vitriolic acts